Hey guys, been a bit since I've actually done one of these talking vlogs. I should have just done them, but I didn't. I was kind of in a mental space of I didn't know quite what to talk about, and I was a little depressed over how my arms were functioning or not functioning, so that's my bad. Yeah, I thought I'd talk about the arms, how whole body's doing and such, and when I'm actually going to be able to get back to some real training, just so I can do some fun stuff for the channel. Man, I wanted to do like food vlogs or just like cooking videos and such, but I screwed up the one part of my body that was completely necessary for those type of videos. The camera's here, I'm looking at the screen, so that's why my eyes are always this way. Yeah, so I injured this one about 2.5 months ago, and I did not do rehab very efficiently in the beginning. I was trying to get as much circulation as possible, but I was using heat and not as much ice, which gave my body, which already has inflammation problems, severe inflammation problems, so I had to calm that stuff down. So that was like probably another, I probably added on another couple, like 2 or so weeks of just calming down my body so that I could actually, the tendons could re-strengthen themselves and heal. Essentially, I went to the gym and I overstressed my tendons, or just overstressed my arm, and that's what led to the first problem. But how I initially rehabbed, because I didn't think it was that bad, but that bad of an injury, was just heat and kind of just trying to circulate, and so I didn't really give it that much rest time, so that's why it kind of caused a catastrophe, and I didn't do that many smart things in the beginning. So once I basically ordered like the red light, a couple of the cheaper red light equipments and arm sling, which I've just recently upgraded into these kind of like tendinitis bands. That way I don't have to, have a crooked elbow, because then your arm's just gonna heal and it's gonna mend in the wrong wrong position. Yeah, I had to kind of straighten my arms out while they were still healing for a couple of days. You have to take it out of the sling and just lay them straight. So stretching has been huge. Anyways, back to the initial. I had to grab all that stuff and kind of just not try to fixate on the fact that I kind of added another week or two to my just healing process, which we've all done. Just kind of being a bit of a nitwit in the beginning, and then actually remembering you can read online for information. So I did that. I actually got my arm pretty well healed, but after a point, I just decided. I think some friends that I play like every now and then football said they were doing a game. My arm finally felt better, so I was like, yeah, I can do that 2 days in a row. Why not? That didn't actually injure my arm. What injured it was I stressed out my right a little bit, just kind of throwing. But then I didn't. I went to my dad's the next day because I was helping with my dog. He needed a vet appointment, so I had to control him. And then helping move some stuff in the backyard, I stressed out his my forearm, the entire area. It cramped up out there, but I got the same problem, and I just from there it was like an escalation of how bad things were. My inflammation and everything got pretty bad, to the point where I just told some family, like, I need to do nothing for a weekend. If you could just hand me ice packs every night, like just hand me ice packs and such. I'm just gonna sit here and be depressed in my situation. And luckily, they were very, very okay with helping, since I was really helping them. So I just did nothing for a weekend, trying to solve my inflammation, because that was the big reason. After my right arm, everything just like skyrocketed on how bad that was in my body. So essentially, I was doing ice packs. We went to the store to get a lot of different fruits, like pineapple, watermelon, blueberries, even some blackberries, but that's just recently. A lot of yogurt, just so I can make easy stuff, anything I could just really easily eat, but also so I could flush my system out. not just the fact that they're anti-inflammatory fruits, but also the fact that most of them are very hydrating, which means you can flush your system out when you're heavily inflamed. That's like one of the best things to do. That along on top of ice packs, then hot cold showers. The showers are freaking great though. Even when my body just felt so bad, the worst part was just drying yourself off because you have to use the arms that don't feel good at all, and so every time you raise your towel, you feel like you're tearing something. But just doing it slowly. So drying off was the worst. Then going into red light and kind of just redoing it every day, and just hoping that one day you just start to feel better. And that's kind of just the big thing. At the probably like 2 days after the weekend, I felt the best I had in a while. I got the inflammation down. That was a great joy. So I started working on stretching and getting my body better. It wasn't even just my arms, my legs too. Which were giving me I got horrible sleep problems just because my knees were also inflamed. So I had tendinitis in my knees too. So I couldn't try sleeping when you can't roll or get in any position because you just think everything in your body's like just tearing itself. It's an interesting conundrum. So once I finally got that stuff down, my knees started feeling better. Just lost stretching and rehab for like another week, week and a half. Got these bands. Doctor checkups and such. My bone, just to make sure there wasn't any like bone problems or how my tendons felt to them. Just to make sure it was just tendinitis, and not a separate injury problem. Luckily, my bones look great. My tendons, they just, yeah, tendons just being sore, the exact areas of where their injury, what the symptoms of, how they're feeling, how they're spasming, like the actual causes of what happened. It all, yeah, everything pretty much points the same area. So luckily that was pretty like straightforward direction. And now we're just getting into some PT, just for some physical therapy, and that'll be a couple more weeks. Hopefully, I'll be in. So I'm hoping to be back and doing like some. I'm slowly getting back into the gym right now, but I'm hoping to be really back in like say a month or so. I'm not gonna try to rush anything. If you can't like if something happens in life, like you trip and you have to use your arms, and unfortunately you injure your arms a little bit more. It's just something that happens. Yeah, so that's kind of where the arm problem is. Mentally it was a disaster because I couldn't even, gosh, I'm so sick of like watching stuff. I miss reading. I'm happy whenever I'm happy about I couldn't even hold a book. It got so depressing because I couldn't do anything with the coffee cup. I've been using straws for everything, just because when you can't lift your water bowl, like your water, and it's so depressing. I had to use, luckily straws are pretty fun, but I had to go back to using those things, just like bending over, like sip your drink, and then like standing up and getting back to your seat. It was a disaster how many things I need help with. But anyways, yeah, and also hydration. Holy crap, I forgot. I didn't even realize how much I wasn't hydrating until I was cramping pretty bad. My arm was lifting anything. One night I was like, you know what? Hey, can you give me one, like, I asked, can you like give me my creatine drink? I probably haven't drank that in like 2 or 3 days. Sipped down the whole thing, and later that night I had felt the best I had felt the entire weekend. Yeah, I had forgotten to hydrate myself, which also leads into getting more fruits and such, but I forgot to properly hydrate myself, so I was cramping up for obvious reasons that I was an idiot. So focus on the small things, because those are usually where you put all your errors, and all the errors come from. Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of what's going on with the body. Luckily, I've gotten the inflammation down for the most part. My tendons are doing pretty okay. I'm just kind of doing light exercises at the house. My legs are feeling, they're feeling better. They're still feeling slightly better too. They're pretty easy to injury. I, if I strain myself, just like kicking back the the I can't think of names right now. Kicking back the legs in the chair or something, and it'll be strained for a bit. But yeah, I don't know how this video's gone. I've over explained probably everything I could. So.